My name is Justin Beamer. We are in Blip Coffee Roasters in the West Bottoms of Kansas City, Missouri. I've been coming to the West Bottoms for quite some time. I remember when I was in high school, there's a lot of abandoned buildings around here. When I was in high school, it was kind of every now and then go down here with a bunch of your friends and break into one of the buildings and climb all the way to the top, which in hindsight is dangerous and not a good idea, but we were in high school, so. West Bottoms, if you look at the buildings, you can tell it's been around for a long time. I don't know a lot of the history. I know a little bit. I know a lot of these buildings were a part of the war effort in the 1940s. I think parts of this building actually made, it was a factory that made parts for tanks during World War II, which is pretty interesting. So it used to be a pretty booming part of the town. I feel like it's now on its way back, but I don't know if it could ever be back to what it was back in the day. So the West Bottoms is cool because there's just a lot of different things going on. You have Blip Roasters, which is a coffee shop, but to me it's more of a front for motorcyclists, a hub for people who ride motorcycles or motorcycle enthusiasts to come and hang out and get to know one another. I don't know exactly when it happens, but I have noticed on certain Sundays there's just or certain weekends, there's just a huge gathering of people who ride motorcycles around Blip, and they have cool merchandise and things for your motorcycle as well. So you have that going on. West Bottoms also has the haunted houses, which are pretty popular. Yeah, I think there's 3 of them now. Pretty popular. But yeah, like I said, huge bar culture. Blade and Timber, Kansas City's first axe throwing range, just went in down the street. And I know that's brought a lot of money and a lot of people that usually wouldn't come to the West Bottoms, which is pretty cool. I think when a lot of people think of First Fridays, they think of the Crossroads area of Kansas City. But the West Bottoms also have a pretty thriving First Fridays, first weekend thing going on. There's a lot of antique stores around here with a lot of cool shops and things to look at. And yeah, I'd say every first Friday night and Saturday of the month, the West Bottoms is very much so alive. I think the West Bottoms is definitely being revived. I think Kemper Arena, which is on the outskirts, has always stuck out like a sore thumb to me anyways. But I think maybe it would lose its charm if the things that were being added weren't also rich in culture and history. Something else that I like about the West Bottoms is there's a couple of boxing clubs located down here. There's one that's called Authentic Boxing Club. It's actually pretty close, but I think it's every Tuesday night. If you go outside, you can see all the boxers running up and down fire escapes and doing push-ups as they're getting trained by their coaches. So it feels very cinematic and New York to me. It doesn't quite feel like Kansas City. I think another cool aspect about the West Bottoms is it kind of has something for everyone. All different kinds of people are attracted to the West Bottoms. If you want to go to some cool bars, you got that. If you just want coffee, you can come to Blip, get some coffee. If you're homeless, you can go to one of the abandoned buildings and take refuge there, which is true. I remember in high school, me and some friends, we went into one of the abandoned buildings because we heard you can make it all the way to the top. It turns out they're right, you can. And we saw plenty of homeless people, a lot of pigeons, and not a place I should have been in high school, but I was anyways. I don't know exactly why it's called the West Bottoms. You could probably Google it. I've always kind of figured it's because it's literally underneath the city. You have to kind of go under a bridge to even get here, and you can look up and see the outskirts of downtown. So it's literally the West Bottoms of Kansas City.